guys, Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my manga chapter review for Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia, chapter 129. And this chapter was interesting because it, for the most part, as far as progression went, it was at a standstill. But what it did do is provide some interesting, I guess, a parallel between Izuku and Togata. Um, and what I mean by that is both Togata and Izuku have both inherited something from both witnessing All Might's brand of heroism. Um, and this chapter showed that I suppose someone like Togata has inherited All Might's ability to smile and keep his composure in smile and keep his composure in even the worst of times. Being around, I think being around Sir, I think he's inherited a bit too much of a of a of that mentality of a whole of being everything, of doing everything by the book, and not just acting on a and not just acting as a true hero should, or at least in the way that it's been portrayed throughout Boku no Hero Academia. How all these heroes just kind of just are doing things but by the rules, and not just acting on their gut, like true heroes are not acting like true heroes should. They should be saving people. No, it doesn't matter whether they're on the clock or not. And Togata, like I said, Togata has inherited that mentality, but he has inherited All My Smile. Whereas Izuku, on the other hand, he hasn't necessarily inherited All Might's ability to smile in the best of cases, but he has inherited All Might's will be the All Might's will to act. And he, like you saw in this chapter, that it was Togata who was basically holding Izuku back the entire time from even doing anything I suppose stupid in a way, but it shows that while Izuku doesn't have the ability to smile in the worst of cases, at least not yet. It shows that he has the ability to act when a hero is needed. But again, but also on the flip side, I think that if Izuku, I do also think that I guess there is a time and place for everything, I suppose. And in this case, I guess we could say that Togata actually saved Izuku from doing something stupid, because as we saw in this chapter, as Togata mentioned in this chapter, you uh, overhaul, he had a serious, yeah, he had a major aura of killing intent to him. So I suppose in a way it was also good. It's kind of one of those things where the parallel, like there's an interesting parallel there, but it's also good that they were able to work those parallels, that Horikoshi was able to work those parallels off each other in order to prevent Izuku from doing something that could have possibly gotten him killed, at least in that moment. For right now, I'm sure that when the time comes, that they'll actually be able to even work off each other even better when they finally do start facing Overhaul. Um, one one other thing to mention is the experiment, is Overhaul himself. Now, obviously, Overhaul was lying about what was about what was about the fact that Eddie is his daughter, of course. And but like at the end of the chapter, we basically see Eddie being led to a dark room with basically a what looks like a doc what looks like an examination chair or something. And I really it really makes you wonder exactly what kind of experiments Overhaul is doing in order to make a kid that young act so traumatized. Honestly, I imagine it's some pretty fucked up shit, and I imagine he's probably. I almost want to. I almost want to say he's probably going down some kind of a. I almost want to guess he's going down some kind of a scarecrow route by inducing fear into Eddie or something like that. I imagine I imagine what he's doing is he's doing it. he's running some kind of operation where he's gonna make ordinary citizens afraid of heroes. That's basically my one biggest that's my one prediction for what exactly Overhaul is doing is that he's running tests on Eddie right now as a means of using his chemicals and as means of using chemicals and as well as means of using chemicals to induce fear into people, and he's going to use it to, of course, he's going to use it to to he's gonna use it to induce fear into the minds of citizens to that they're gonna fear heroes. The citizens are gonna fear heroes. But yeah. Um, now of course since we now since they've been since I imagine that even though now of course Izuku and Togata did of course do the right thing and not attack him, but not attack Overhaul. But I imagine that even though it wasn't shown, I imagine that they still are in the shadow somewhere. The, they're doing a different method of following him, and I bet they're gonna see what Overhaul is gonna do, and then they're gonna report it back to Sir. I bet is how it's all gonna play out again. But yeah, this like I said, this was just the progression of this chapter was very standstill, but it did provide some interesting parallels, and the ending was pretty dark too. So yeah, yeah, guys, that's my review for Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia, eight chapter 129. It was a very good, interesting chapter to look at the parallels between Togata and Izuku and how both of them have inherited something different from watching and idolizing All Might, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what Overhaul is planning. Although I'm betting my ass it has to do with like a scarecrow, like a scarecrow from Batman route or something. But we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my review, guys. If you like my video, if you like my content, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, later, guys. Death Metal Anime signing off. See ya.